Yo, what's good? So we're gonna start from the top. I'm probably gonna delete the last video, don't even trip on that. Apparently, this just had to be done at this location and not Central Park. So we gonna chill, yeah, we back in action, don't even trip. Wasn't gonna leave y'all hanging like that. Yeah, so don't even trip on that last one. We gonna make this one official. So we're gonna give y'all some angles. One more time. So y'all see this shit is real, right? Know what I mean? Y'all been keeping up with this shit. I've been talking about this shit, right? You know what I mean? So just soak that in for a minute before I even start this shit. Just soak the fact that I've been speaking this shit into existence. I'm showing and proving what we can do. This is within all of us. Now, my first impressions of New York is, as in comparison to LA, what do you know about parallel universes? All right, we'll tie that right into what I'm talking about, because that's what I was just going into. Because you can say a universe is Los Angeles, then New York is its own universe. And basically, as they intersect, as they overlap, and as they combine, because now I'm 3 hours ahead of LA when it comes to the time zones. So right now, it's about 5:30 here, but in LA, it's only 2:30. So they ain't even caught up yet. Now, the whole purpose of the time zones and the time differences goes into time, the illusion of time. See, now we have to talk about the illusion of time. So before we go into parallel universes, let's go into this concept of time. Because it's a man-made concept to help us evolve in life. So it's a necessary concept, but it's a man-made concept. This is something that we invented to help ourselves evolve and to help ourselves stay on point. So once we understand that this is an invention by the human mind, and we understand this is not something that we're just here. Now, of course, the sun rises and sets. Started with the sun, then moved to the clock. Exactly, as I was just going into that. It started with the sun, charting the movements of the sun. Then it went into making devices so that we can still tell time without the sun, based on the movements, based on the equinoxes, and based on just the observation of the sun. Because once we understood that it's a pattern to it, okay, this is what happens every spring, every summer, every winter, every fall, and we can predict it. Now we can accurately tell time based on our predictions and based on it being accurate every time. So our whole concept of the universe, of the matrix, of everything around us is based on a concept that we invented to help us understand life. However, this is not life. This is a concept to help us understand life. You can say this is the technique, this is the sword, this is our tool, but this is not what it is. This is a tool to help us decode what really is going on. Now, what do I mean? This is where we go into the Bruce Lee magic. Now, as I was saying, Bruce Lee brought the spirituality to the fighting. So now it's not just New York looks, hell, advertisements all over the place, fast food, ignorant people, baggers. This is what I'm talking about. If you look at my LA videos and look at this videos, you make the comparisons and you see what's really going on. Because I showed you what's going on the West. This is why I exist. I showed you what was going on in the West. I showed you about Devil's Gate. I broke down the occult messages in Hollywood. I gave you all the tools to break down what's going on the West. Now I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to go into the occult aspects of New York and break it down, because I'll probably be here, I don't know, I'll be here as long as I need to be here to break this shit down. So I done showed y'all from the western side of the country to the eastern side what's really going on. So it don't matter where you are, you will know, you will have the tools necessary to decode, to decode any or all things in front of you. So you can say, okay, yo, all you see is advertisements, ignorant people, they're under mind control. You can say that, but if you look beyond that, which is what I'm talking about, that's the tool. Use it as a tool. So you're not really seeing ignorant people in advertisements. You're seeing symbolism What does the symbolism mean? What does that M really mean? See, what is that? Now let's look at the symbols, not just look at, oh, they're just advertising products, get people to spend their money. What does that do to the mind? Cats. We talked about the cats. If y'all been keeping up, y'all already know what the cats is about. 13. There you go, bro. It means 33 Master Masons. So if we understand that these are codes, tools to unlock a deeper message, do not stop at the fast food advertisement. It is a tool or a key to unlock a deeper message. That's the whole point. Use it as a tool. The elite speak through code. Absolutely. Use the code to break through to the actual reality. Why can't we? Absolutely. So many symbols here, the energy is totally whacked. Yo, look beyond the apparent. Of course, we can look at it because we can easily separate ourselves. These people, you know, they have nothing to offer. They're just mind control. They're just working jobs. They're just doing this. Of course, until you bring them into your reality. What do I mean by that? If you hit somebody with a code, we've been talking about codes, right? If you hit, let's just say you were standing right here and you hit somebody with a code, they will not respond in the same way they would if somebody else hit them with that same code. Why not? It's the same code. It's because everybody has a unique frequency. So just because somebody else may come here and have a certain type of experience, somebody else may come here and have a completely different experience, although it's the same place. It's the same New York, but everybody has their own individual mind. So it's thousands of people here. I like to chat, subscribe here many times. No doubt, bro. Everybody here has their own mind and their own interpretation of what they're seeing. So yes, the central or the medium or the portal that we share is New York. That's what we have in common. However, everybody has their own individual mind. So everybody sees New York through the lens of their perception based on their reality, how they see things, what they've been through, what they know and what they don't know. So we have New York, we have advertisement, we have people that's doing things, but beyond all of this stuff, there's codes, there's mathematics, there's culture. And that's what I said. If you was to hit one of these so-called mindless zombies with a code, they will respond to you based on how you presented a code to them. Meaning, for example, this is why certain guys are able to pick up certain girls and certain guys can't, even though it's the same chick. It's the same concept. The only difference is what, based on the approach. Easy to be invisible here. Absolutely, because you see, with LA, you know, in terms of the people, it's very easy to see things. But here, yes, it's very easy to become confused and miss things. It's very easy to miss things here. It's very easy. You may walk past somebody because, right, it's so many people here. So, right, they serve as like a cloak. So, yeah, it's easy to blend in here. Which is, on one aspect, is good. On another aspect, it may be bad, just depending on the type of person you are. You get what I'm saying? So, this is why I've been seeing crazy shit. Like, I was just walking down here. You know, you may see women bare ass. You may see titties. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But it's like the vibe of New York. Like, you see, if people who's watching this video, if they have been paying attention to the faces of the people, you will pick up on the vibe of New York, because the vibe of New York is hidden within the expressions of the people. Take a closer look if you wasn't already. It looks like an exhausting place to be if you don't know how to take it in. It can be if you are overwhelmed. New York is the highest frequency city in America. Okay? We know this already. The business capital of the world, the stock market, et cetera, et cetera. We know this, okay? So there's people with a lot of money here. So if you think LA is expensive, it's even more expensive here. However, you see all these people here. Do they look like they're complaining about how much it costs to live here? Do people look worried about how they gonna pay their fucking rent? Again, take in the expressions of the faces. Do you see worry? Do you see fear? Do you see anything other than we chilling? Okay, they all look pretty happy. This is what I'm talking about. So every time we hear about it's expensive to live here, the people are this or the people are that, what's the nature scene like there? I'm gonna show y'all more images of Central Park later on down the line, so don't even trip on that. I tried to do it this time. If you look at the last video, I started in Central Park, but I was having all type of problems, so I had to start here. That's just what it is. I don't know why it is, but I just had to start it here. So next time it'll be Central Park, or it may be somewhere else. But definitely I'm gonna give y'all plenty of visuals. That's why I'm giving y'all visuals now. So you can take all this in, because everybody's gonna see something different. So although it's the same video, but different symbols are gonna strike different people for different reasons. That's why I'm showing you all the symbolism. So different things are gonna mean different things to you. You're in the tourist area, bro. Absolutely, I just got here. I haven't even been go to Harlem. I haven't even been to Harlem yet. I literally just got here. You know what I mean? Like I ran into Times Square. I wasn't even looking for it. I just ran into it. You get what I'm saying? I just started walking north. I was on 5th Avenue, just started walking north, and I just ran into fucking Times Square. You know what I mean? So I'm just doing a video, and I do the videos on Friday anyway, so I'm like, why not just do it right here? Have you heard of the technology that can beam a frequency into your brain so that you hear audio in your head? It doesn't sound like it's coming from a speaker, but it sounds like it's coming from your own mind. Absolutely. Don't even trip on that. Just saying why people looking all chill. This is the reason I'm showing you the faces of the people is just to destroy the misconceptions of the city. Because for the people that don't live here or the people that have bad experiences, it's not reflecting in the actual people. If New York is such a hard city to live in, it's so hard to be here, wouldn't people look worried? Everybody isn't rich. Everybody in this scene ain't balling. But motherfuckers is chilling like, yo, we just happy to be in this motherfucker. That's the mentality. Fuck that you living hard or you gotta grind or you gotta do this or you gotta do that. They're just happy to be in the frequency of the city. The city holds a certain energy and frequency that when you are around it, you can absorb it and you can use it. Just like chi, just like prana, the city emits a certain frequency based on the chi. So the people are just excited to be around. People just want to be around other people. They don't care what they're doing. Nobody's really doing much of anything. They just enjoy the atmosphere. I know what you mean, but these people are tourists. Not everybody is tourists. Not everybody is tourists, but at the end of the day, even so, you don't see people stressed. Everybody isn't a tourist. A lot of people are here just enjoying themselves, having a good time. Now, of course, I can show the hoods and all that stuff, but that's later on down the line. We're gonna make this the first step. Because it's gonna be the same thing. Because when I show you the hood, you're not gonna see people stressing either. You're just gonna see people living their life. Motherfucker just happy to be in fucking Brooklyn. You get what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Now, let's get back on point. Let's get to the Bruce Lee. Because prior to Bruce Lee, it was just a bunch of fighting, a bunch of crazy. How's the air quality? Honestly, I'm having no problems with the air at all. Absolutely no problem. It doesn't seem polluted. I want to see the hood, honestly. You will see it. We starting it off right here. The air quality is I have no complaints. Like it's not stuffy. You're not smelling piss in the streets and none of that shit. It's pretty clean. It's no problems. The park is pretty clean. You know what I mean? You're not smelling weed in the air for the most part. So it's pretty commercial, pretty clean, pretty. You know what I mean? They do what they do to keep this upscale. So in this particular area, there's no problems with the air quality. How long you down there? It's not really a set time. It just however long it take me to complete what I need to complete. So however long that takes, that's how long I'll be here. So just giving y'all the visuals. I love in CT. I live in CT. I don't know what is CT. I don't know what CT is. So let's get to the Bruce Lee. When Bruce Lee introduced his movies to the world, he represented the spirit of vengeance. What do I mean by the spirit of vengeance? The spirit of vengeance is when somebody does something to you and you automatically have a reaction to it. Meaning, if somebody hits you in the face, you're gonna wanna hit them back. You don't have to think about it, you don't have to guess. It's just something that you would automatically do just to defend yourself. You would get into defense mode and you were like, okay, well, let me get this person off me. It just, your natural instincts kick in. So essentially, if anybody had a problem, it'd have to resolve to fighting. Or somebody got to beat somebody's ass. You know what I mean? It is, or somebody got to shoot somebody. Somebody got to physically put hands on somebody to solve an issue. Now, when the Bruce Lee was introduced, a warrior, when it was introduced, he showed you how to take your mind out of the physical and put it into the spiritual. What I'm going to do as well is I'm going to leave a link to the video I'm referring to as well. So once I finish this live stream, I'm going to put the link to the video. It's a YouTube video. It's about an 8-minute video. It's the beginning of, I think it's the movie Enter the Dragon. The first 8 minutes of the video when he's having a conversation with his master. And that whole 8-minute conversation is enough for you to take with your life. You can take that 8-minute clip and completely transform your life. But that's what it did for me. When I started just thinking in those terms, it will take you out of the physical, meaning you don't have to fight. The fight turns into the dance. So now you're not whooping people's asses. Now you're dancing. You're getting the same exercise and the same agility, the same flexibility you would get as if you was fighting. However, you're using it to cleanse and release your energy instead of harming somebody. So you turned it inwardly. So now that it ups your frequency as you dance and you cleanse your prana. So you went from harming people to cleansing your own prana, which puts you in a higher state of mind, which gave you the ability to perceive the spiritual realm, which gave you the spiritual sight to be able to see beyond the physical so that you can do things that are considered magical. Meaning that's why when people look at Bruce Lee like, yo, he was faster than anybody, you know what I mean? Like people looked at him like some type of freak, like how was he able to move that fast? How was he able to do this? He's such a small frame, how does he have all that power? He was a freak of nature because he was able to tap into the spirit realm and channel in that frequency directly. Now, as I said, I'm going to put the clip, when I finish this live stream, I'm going to put the clip that I'm referring to as well. So you will have the direct clip to know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, when you entered into the spiritual realm and you transform the negative energy into positive energy, and so when the transmutation of the energy itself, the alchemy process that you go through making something negative to positive so that it can up your frequency, going through this alchemical process made you considered an immortal. This is what an immortal is. Because Bruce Lee is an immortal. So we talked about Machiavelli, we talked about Mikhail, and now we're talking about Bruce Lee. All these people, or now that their essence now, their essence is that of an immortal, because you can follow their story or you can read their story and pull out jewels from their story that will influence and up your life. Just like I said with the Yellow Emperor. Another immortal is John D. Another immortal is Kool Herc, if you went to hip hop. These are immortal. These are people that you can study. You can study their lifestyle and up your own frequency, because they were an example of someone who had spiritual sight and who was able to go beyond the physical. How do you channel in hip hop? You have to go beyond the physical. If it ain't nothing but bullshit, crime, drug addicts, shooters, killers, How do you even tap into something like hip hop? To even be able to channel that in, you have to go beyond the physical. So these represent beings who are able to go beyond the physical. And studying their story, you can also go beyond the physical. So I'm giving you these tools and these codes and these techniques to implement, so you do as you please. You can travel as you please. You can live, you can create the type of reality you choose to create. You can do as you choose to do. So everybody that feel trapped, they feel stuck, they can't do this, they can't do that, they stress out about this, stress out about that, whatever the fucking case is, there's no more fucking excuses. Because here I am. That's what I said. Let me be the example. If you need, oh, this ain't real, this is what the fuck, here it is. You don't need no more fucking proof. I'm showing you fucking, this is live proof. God damn it. So with that said, given that info, so to speak, is it possible that others that were less than enthusiastic to keep it hidden dimensions brought about his demise? See, that's the thing. With all these people, you're going to have some type of conspiracy connected to the death. You can say, okay, yeah, they plotted Bruce Lee's death as well as they killed his son. Oh, that was the Illuminati, that was this person, that was that person. Nonetheless, they still serve their purpose. And that's what I'm focused on. So whether they were plotted and murdered or died, that's just what their time was up, they still serve their purpose. And that's all that matters. So I don't know. We can say it's a conspiracy. We can say it was supposed to happen. We don't know. We can say the universe makes no mistakes. There's no random acts. So even if you say it was a plotted kill, you can say it was still in alignment with divine order. Even if the Illuminati did it, or the so-called Illuminati did it, it was still in alignment. So that's one thing people tend not to understand about the powers that be. The powers that be are in alignment with divine order. They are not allowed to do anything outside of what they have the ability to do. They do not have power over the unseen. So they may have control and power of the seen, but they do not have power and control over the unseen. So they are still subjected to universal law. So all events that have ever occurred is still subjected to universal law and natural order. So if it's still subjected to universal law and natural order, that means the Illuminati did it because they wanted to, or they did it because they had to do it. They had to serve the role of the Grim Reaper. Just like the game beggar may have to serve the role of the Grim Reaper because that's the role that they choose to serve. Simple as that, guy. A month ago, Jimi Hendrix visited me in my dreams with a message. Now I talked to him for advice. There it is, bro. There it is. You tapped in. Keep doing it. You know what I mean? Awesome. That was really my question, even if they have to follow guiders. Absolutely. Everybody has to work within certain parameters, because the moment you step out of those parameters, that's when you get smacked. That's when your life started going, your life starts to get hectic when you start operating outside of your parameters. Your parameters is based on your purpose, whatever your purpose is, based on your chart, based on what you feel in your heart, you should be here doing. When you take away the fear, when you take away or anything that's holding you back for whatever you choose to live, whatever lifestyle you choose to lead. So with that being said, going back to the Bruce Lee, that's an immortal you can tap into if you want to go deeper, not only into hip hop, but into anything spiritual, anything occult. To study the story of Bruce Lee, study the story of the Yellow Emperor, John D, Machiavelli, Mikhail, and I'm going to present more and more as time goes on. Now, if you've been following me, the whole purpose of me coming to New York was to go to the site of the Twin Towers to see if a portal was open, if I go there and I can sense a darker energy, and I haven't been there yet. So when I go to the memorial site, whenever I find it, I'll go to the site and I'll give you insight into how I feel about it personally. Bro, if you're ever in Cali, let me get you some hash. I'm always in LA, bro. I'm just visiting New York, but look at my videos. You always see me in LA. I'm always in Cali, bro. So that's pretty much it, y'all. For now, this is level one. We got a lot to explore. I got to do my own research into the occult history of New York. I have to do my own thing as well. So definitely stay tuned. I may pop up randomly, just, if I find out some type of insight and I get a certain burst of inspiration, I'll definitely pop up and let y'all know what's going on. So till next time, definitely keep your spiritual insight strong so that you see beyond all the advertisement, all the mindless zombies and all the mind control. Tap into the hidden code beyond the matrix so that you see the real reality, the real universe beyond that which is apparent. So peace, Hotep.